Look, I could lose 10, 15 pounds myself. I know that, and it's hard. It's hard to do. And I've had this problem for a while. When about 10 years ago, I was cast in a film. I don't like to talk about it. It doesn't matter. I was the lead. It doesn't matter. It's a long time ago. The director called. I didn't know I got the part. The director called and he said, hey, so I'm going to need you to lose about 12 pounds. And I said, oh, wow. So did I get the part? He goes, yeah. I just need you to lose 12 pounds because on screen, you look like a blob. Does anybody know what a blob is? It is a mass of skin and flesh, generally in a spherical shape. No tone at all, no lines, just it's a pile of goo. That's what he called me. I have never forgotten it, and I never will. It hurts, Miss Mimoun, and I don't begrudge Hannah or judge her at all. For that, I judge her for her choices that she makes in life. And frankly, I would say her friends are not very nice to her about her weight. In fact, Marnie, the dreaded Marnie we spoke about, when she's talking to her mother about her own breakup, she says, whatever, I'll handle it fine. It's not like when Hannah breaks up, she just eats a bunch of cheeseburgers. Wow.
She said that to her mother.
So what?
Do you know what the Golden Girls call each other to their faces? Idiot, stupid idiot, twit, nincompoop, babbling, bubble-headed, bleached blonde baboon. Is that better? Deceitful little Sicilian gecko, farty little gnome, vindictive little sea monkey.
Miss Mimoun, my last name is Price. When I grew up, I was called Half Price. Fisher Price, Price is Right. Some kid called me Priceless. I was like, that's actually good, but they don't know. It's like lover, but monkey, like gecko or whatever. It's just generic. It's not like when Monty said the thing about cheeseburgers. That's very real. That's biting.
It's real to call someone a blubber butt.
Yeah, that is real.
And that's what her friends call Rose.
Oh wait, I thought you said ballpark butt.
No,
Ballpark
or blubber.
Ballpark's pretty bad.
Yes, agreed.
Blubber, not that bad. She's not actually saying you have the butt of a whale.
No, she is. In fact, one time a man prefers Rose to Blanche, and she says, God strike me dead if that man prefers Rose Nyland to me. He could go to SeaWorld if he wanted to see a naked whale. That's your beloved, empowering Blanche.
Blanche gave him a house to live in.
She rents out her house. They're her roommates. They pay her rent.
Pretty empowering being a landlord.
What else? Selfish bitch.
Selfish bitch.
Selfish bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, I've heard Mr. Price talk a lot about the girls, how self-centered they are. And you know what? I'm going to say to you, Mr. Price, they can be a little self-centered. They can make it all about themselves sometimes.
Should we move on?
No.
Okay.
Early 20s. But I would say that a little bit of being self-centered is a part of being an empowered woman, lest we fall into the trap of living only to serve men, a trap Mr. Price would be only too happy to see you writhe around in, especially if you're Asian. So yeah, a little self-focus is okay, but no group of women is more self-centered than the Golden Girls. It is Blanche who is threatened anytime someone pays attention to anyone but her at any time. Once this lesbian tragically falls in love with Rose, Blanche is just offended that it wasn't her. A man looks at Dorothy for once in 50 years. Blanche is outraged that it's not her. You got a problem, you want to talk to Sophia? She just sees an opportunity to make a hateful little joke or bring us back to Sicily yet again for a tale of her long-running battle with Mama Celeste. So, yeah.
Yeah, these women are really selfish.
Yes.
Let's talk about how these women got together. Blanche's husband died. Oh, so selfish that she wanted to live with other people. Oh my God. Rose's husband also died, and now she's a grief counselor. Oh my God, that's so selfish. To give people joy when they're grieving.
You know what? I'm not sure Rose does give people joy. She seems like she's got a heart of gold. I get it. But you know what Rose is? A selfish bitch. Alright? I challenge you to think of one instance, just one, where someone's got a farm, they go to Rose, and Rose doesn't immediately start jabbering about a similar story in St. Olaf. Except the story never is very similar. And now suddenly we're sucked into some idiotic tale about the one-eyed rooster at the St. Blinken Festival, and suddenly it's all about fucking Rose. Every time somebody else has a problem, we're stuck with the Moose Uprising of 1958. What does she do over at that counseling center, Mr. Price? How many suicidal patients pull the trigger? One of the St. Olaf stories.
Knock, knock.
No.
Knock, knock. Knock, knock.
Fool me once.
Knock, knock.
Fool me once.
Knock, knock.
Rose is incapable.
Ms. Mimoun, don't leave me out here on knock,
Focusing
knock.
on it.
Just one time.
Who's there?
You.
No.
You. You. Just the letter U, not you. It's
I
not
get
you,
it.
it's the letter U.
It's so stupid.
It's the lamb. It's you. You. You are me. Okay? Folks, calling Rose Nyland a selfish bitch is like calling your grandmother a selfish bitch. In fact, here's what I'm gonna do, everybody. Let's sit right here for a second.
Oh my god.
I'd like everybody to picture their grandmother for a moment. Close your eyes, just for one moment. Picture your grandmother, your mother.
So
How's it going, Mr.
unprofessional.
Witt? Picture your grandmother. Now open your eyes. This woman just called that beautiful grandmother selfish
But
bitch.
I did. I would
Didn't
never
you
say
though?
that. No, I would never say
Sir,
that.
didn't she?
Is Rose Nyland anyone's grandmother up here?
Almost. He said almost. He whispered in my ear, but he said almost.
Wow. Wow. We share a grandmother.
Well, that says a lot, doesn't it?
And she's a wonderful woman. Unlike Rose.
Rose Nyland is a grief counselor, Ms. Mimoun.
Yeah, I think we've already established what she does over there. Nothing.
Not me.
Literally, people are lined up.
Here's the thing, Ms. Mimoun. I'm from the Midwest, like
Yes.
Rose Nyland.
Oh
And in the Midwest, we
my God.
like
And
to
were
tell
you in a
stories.
movie ever? Were you
What?
in a movie?
I was actually. I was in the.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're good. Okay. We like to tell stories.
Yeah.
It's not like out here where you grew up and you grew up on Hollywood and Vine and oh, where do I get my headshots? I'm 6 years old. No, it wasn't like how do I get an agent? I'm in kindergarten. No, we did things. We went out, we played ball. We, had popsicles. We did stuff. And we told stories about it. So forgive us for being American, Miss Mimoun. I know you go outside and saw the Communist Manifesto at night after the sun goes down.
I
But
do?
yes, you do.
Mr. Price, blatant lying isn't really going to help you out of this case.
Can you deny it?
Rosa's stories aren't useful or illustrative of anything. They just show that she needs to have everything be about her all the time.
St. Olaf is an amazing place.
Is it? Or is
Have
it
you ever heard a
sinister
story about a
place?
dragon named Puff?
Do you know any stories?
Puff the magic dragon?
You should read the Yelp comments about St. Olaf. It's horrifying. There's an alarming rate of ghosts.
Okay.
Murderous ghosts who do sinister things.
So now internet commenters are your backup.
Well, human beings and their
Are they human beings?
Yeah.
Internet commenters are below human, isn't it? Folks, am I right on this one? Don't be afraid. You know people who comment on the internet.
Mr. Price, let's move
generally-
on.
What?
Let's move on.
Really?
Yes,
You-
really. I'm not ceding anything.
Looks like we have one more topic for this evening.
Sicily.
Shame about Ray.
I heard Sicily. I also heard Shame about Ray. We worked them both in.
Twin threesome. Alright, go ahead.
And someone still wants to hear twins. We'll start with Sicily. Maybe we'll get some rain. Maybe we'll get some threesome. And we call that the trifecta. Sicily, everybody, is an island. Off of Tip. Really? Just said Tip.
I didn't say
I
anything.
heard you were about to smirk. Anyway, the tip of the penis of Italy. Sophia is from Sicily. When Sophia was young, just a teen, just no in Italian. I am not going to be in this arranged marriage. I'm going to flee to America. Goes to America, builds a new life for herself, doesn't speak a lick of English, nothing. But she goes alone, makes a whole new life for herself and for Dorothy, and what a wonderful life it is. Now to me, if fleeing a country in which you are oppressed, which you are perhaps an oppressed degenerate over here, and you break off the shackle and you run to America, land of the free. Well, if that's not empowering, I do not know what is.
Mr. Price, I will grant you that fleeing an arranged marriage is empowering. If, however, you do so to grow up to oppress and abuse and stifle your daughter, then that's where the freedom ends. For the deceitful little Sicilian ghetto, as her daughter calls her, is an abuser. She, as I mentioned, she aids and abets a bank robbery. She lies to the Pope. No, she lies to the priest. She steals the Pope's ring. She's horribly racist to her Japanese boyfriend, Tahashi. Mr. Price thinks because she's old that somehow makes her wise automatically. But while I respect my elders, we have to, look, old age can be a force of good or evil. You want to talk to Dalai Lama, the lady from Titanic.
Her name's Gloria Stewart, just have some respect.
I do have some respect, but other people, just because they're old, we don't just defer to them. How about the aging group of climate change deniers and rape enthusiasts in our Congress, Mr. Price? Should we defer to them because they're old?
Can I talk?
Sophia knows. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say I'd like to talk about something else that's also in. I'd like to dovetail right into this.
Okay.
Someone else who's older and who's courageous. Blanche Devereaux.
Oh.
Who wants to have a twin threesome. You're welcome. Two gentlemen come to her door. She sets up a date with Dorothy. It's a double date. Two identical twins. I believe one's a car salesman, one's a doctor. They both have a beard. Dorothy can't go. So Blanche says, you know what? It's my dream to have a twin threesome. Seems like an interesting dream to me, Miss Mimoun. Now, I've never had a threesome before. Okay? I was in a play once. Can I tell you a story? I was in a play. Whatever, doesn't matter. I was a lead, doesn't matter. In the play, I talk about having a threesome, right? And after the play, two women come up to me, and they're talking about it, and I'm like, oh my God, I could actually do it. I could have a threesome with these women. I have a 10-minute window before they go. One is a very tall blonde, one is, yes, a shorter Asian woman. That's not the point. The point is I could have had it, but I didn't pull the trigger. Unlike Blanche Devereaux, I didn't have the courage to do it. Unlike Sophia, who has the courage to do something, I didn't have what the Golden Girls had.
I don't understand. Why is it courageous to have a twin threesome but not a butt plug?
Because it's a dream.
Consistency. Maybe the butt plug was Hannah Horvath's dream. But where are these lines?
But it wasn't. It wasn't her dream.
You know the thing about
If she didn't say it was her dream, that's a difference. Because Blanche said it was her dream.
Any sexual act is Blanche's dream. Anything sexual. As Blanche journeys into menopausal gonorrhea, at what point do we say, hey, could this be fulfilling, like filling an emotional void of some kind? Could this sexual appetite be problematic in any way? No, she never explores that, and that's what makes her disempowered. It's not the promiscuity. I'm not here to judge. Not like Mr. Price, who judges consensual acts between adults. I'm not going to do that.
You know who I don't judge? Ray.
I don't judge Ray either.
Ray's a great guy. He is
Something.
self-loathing, But again, let's talk courage for a second while we're at it. Ray's fighting. He's fighting himself. He doesn't like himself by his own admission. He has no goals. According to Shoshana, he hates everything but her. She's his life raft. What does she do? She dumps him. Now, there's nothing wrong with dumping somebody. As I mentioned quite earlier in the show, I've been dumped. But. The way she did it was awful. She fools around with a doorman who, in her words, is hot. For a doorman. Leaves Ray in the lurch. She was his life raft, Miss Mimoun. Cut him off.
Mr. Price, women do not exist to be life rafts to men.
No, they don't. They don't. It was just bad timing.
Ray was an inappropriate choice for Shoshana. He's like 15 years older than her. It's almost disgusting, but I have a soft spot for Ray too. I like that type. I like a misanthropic artist. I wouldn't even care that he didn't have a job. I don't think I've ever dated anyone. courage for Shoshana to break up with Ray. She doesn't do it by emoticon or tweet. She's sitting there crying. She's like, Ray, I love you to the end of the world and back, but I need to have a personal renaissance. A personal renaissance. That's empowering. Now, I don't even believe Ray loves Shoshana. I feel for him. It's just his ego. He's clinging to her, so she'll look up at him with her little young eyes. That's not her problem.
I bet you'd have a threesome with her and Marnie.
Time to close this, Mr. Price.
If you must.
I must. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been wonderful to talk to you tonight. Thank you for letting me explore these issues with you, talk about Hannah and her bunch of empowered friends, and Dorothy and her degenerate cohorts. Also, because you made me feel so safe, you allowed me to talk about me. Talk about ballpark fun, Centaur, perhaps in a future debate you'll hear about the blueberry muffin blowjob. I've got a lot of stories too. Stories that illuminate the difficulties of being a woman. Difficulties the Golden Girls, God bless them, never transcend. So before you're seduced by Mr. Price's depressing blog story, don't forget what you learned here tonight. About how Dorothy and Blanche read Rose's diary. How Sophia, again, aids and abets a bank robbery. How Dorothy and Blanche conspire to kill a beloved pig for money. Dorothy's a gambling addict. Dorothy makes out with fiancé Miles of Rose. Blanche is a sex addict. Sophia is verbally abusive. Sophia fakes paralysis for money. Sophia lies to a priest. Sophia steals the Pope's ring. Rose has a detective snoop on Miles. Rose killed Frida Claxton. We didn't get into that. She is a murderer. Rose blackmails Dorothy and Blanche. Rose asks her friends to freeze their heads. I would not judge these acts too harshly, besides murder. If they ever learn from their mistakes instead of making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Now, the girls make mistakes too. I know that. It's a little hard to witness. I know it's a little cringy at times. You know what isn't? Their authenticity. You know what else isn't? Their thoughtfulness. Their willingness to grow. It is that shimmering potential for growth that is a beacon of empowerment. It doesn't matter if that beacon is sprinkled with HPV or doused with Q-tips or urination in the shower. It nonetheless beckons you to soar above cheesecake and bitterness, to love your bodies,